Welcome to the London and to the Excel press briefing. Just to confirm, my name's James Rees. I'm Executive Director at Excel London, our city's premier convention and exhibition centre. But I'm joined with an exceptional, small but exceptional panel this morning. Tracy Hall to my immediately left, who's the Director of Tourism and Conventions for our Convention Bureau, London and Partners, and to my far left, Kevin Lang, who's the Director of Global Accounts for Opus Agency, a third-party agency we work really, really closely with at Excel. So we want to really share information about Excel's new expansion. We're expanding the venue. I'll go into some detail there, which opened last month. The latest jewel in London's crown. But we also want to reflect on the North American market coming into London, which Tracy will share. And then Kevin is going to talk about his experience of Excel, but also why he and his clients choose a destination like London when placing major conventions. So I'm going to start with a short video to give you a sense of what it is we've created in our city.
Yeah, Opus Agency is a global, full-service, end-to-end agency, so we offer all service lines from venue sourcing all the way through execution. We work with global brands, and we really do see that London is consistently looked at as not only a major market in the globe, but specifically in EMEA. London is consistently looked at as the hub that needs to be utilized when bringing in all of the global partners that need to participate in events. So we see not only our US-based clients bringing their business to London, but also our EMEA-based clients using London as their EMEA hub, which I think is a really interesting combination. We see in the last couple of years coming out of COVID, obviously events are growing, and we have seen both our events becoming larger, but also some of our events that happen once a year are now expanding to happen twice a year in London, once in the summer, once in the Q4. So that is also really exciting because Excel gives us the ability to not only expand the size of an event, but also the frequency of how often we're there with our clients. So we love, we've been watching the growth of the new expansion space. I think I've done multiple site visits in all of its different iterations of completion. We're excited to be now operating in that new space. The technology that the new space provides and the infrastructure that the new space provides is top-notch, and we're excited every time that we're able to operate within Excel. We really do look at our partnership with Excel as one of our strongest venue relationships that we have, because the service that is provided there is unmatched. And London as a destination is just like all of the stats that you touched on, English speaking, the safety there. Our clients really do value everything that is provided from that destination.
So hopefully, thank you very much. Hopefully that gives you. I mean, you can tell we're very proud of this product. We're proud of our city. And I'll share some stats there. But you can see the scale of what we've created. Here's the key stats, and we can share more of that. But this is a major investment in London's event infrastructure. Further, we've already got 1 million square feet. We're now, as a venue, will be up to 1.3 million square feet. But what we've created is 2 floors of space, and on the lower floor, there's 125,000 square feet of exhibit space across 6 different halls, and then on the upper level, quite a North American, in fairness, style convention floor with a further 90,000 square feet across 37 rooms. We took our inspiration from what we believe is the best in the world. proximity to water gave us a direction to look at Vancouver Convention Centre and the ICC in Sydney. I don't know if any of you have had the chance to go to those venues, but what you've seen here is something that was designed with attendee experience and as well as client experience in mind. So you can see big high ceilings, natural daylight, great flow between meeting rooms, a massive 200-metre balcony so delegates can step out and take in the fresh air, because we've seen demand for these types of spaces post-COVID. Attendees don't want to be in dark corridors or feeling they're indoors anymore. They want this great experience. And importantly, going up to that 1.3 million square feet level, that would take us into the well into the top 10 of US comparable convention centres. So we can't quite do McCormick Place yet, or Orange County, or even Las Vegas here, the big convention centre here. But we're now up with Atlanta, the stats there, and others. So this is impressive stuff, and we really do believe now we're putting ourselves at the forefront of the European Convention Centre business. Here's the floor plan. We can share more of this, but you can see this is an entire floor, 37 rooms, movable air walls, massive foyers, and as I said, all of this natural light and the ability to get fresh air and feel that you can do your conventioning in a great environment. And the lower exhibit halls, and again the photos you can see, super modern, big spaces, big foyers, and it's a big upgrade really for XL as well as for London. And as was reflected, we felt it was worth sharing really the choice of London and of XL already by North American planners. We crunched the numbers before coming out here to Vegas. It's not quite 60%, but it's 58% of all our convention business this year by value has come from North American-based organisations and planners. Last year it was only 37%, so you can see this big rise in the desirability of both London and XL in our city and our centre. Here's some of the names that are choosing us. So some obvious ones on the tech side, some with Kevin and his team, but also big international associations. So this year we hosted a huge takeover by Linux Foundation, who ran the KubeCon event with us. Next year we have the return for the first time since 2014 of the Alzheimer's Association convention. They wouldn't have come back if we hadn't built this expansion, because it's giving them their events are growing and it's giving them all the rooms they need. And also we have the International Trademark Association choosing London over every other European destination when they did their RFP and call for bids. So that makes us very proud, and it really endorses the fact that these big names are choosing our city and our centre. And then we talked a lot, we've told you how everything is wonderful, etc. But I thought I'd share 3 key trends we're seeing from North American planners, which you may find of interest. So the first one is on sustainability. North American planners more and more are asking for key detail around sustainability and the sustainability credentials of our venue. The expansion we've just built is net zero from day one. We are a carbon neutral venue in totality, and we have now, which I'll come on to, we have launched our net zero transition plan, which will get us to full scope 1, 2 and 3 net zero status by 2045. But planners are asking, they're coming to us and saying, to XL, what do we use? What products do we use? How do we make our events more sustainable? They're looking for carbon reporting at the end of their event, because they're reporting back up to stakeholders, and I think Kevin is seeing that in. This is a really important part of the sort of the methodology and process that we're seeing as organisers almost demand that centres provide this information so that they can do their reporting. And this is the front cover of the report that we published just over a month ago. The next one is a change in food and beverage design and the food and beverage experience. Even probably 2-3 years ago, food and beverage was a refueling exercise for delegates. There would be, to a certain extent, a simplicity in choice of what planners were looking at. But we're now looking at the food and beverage experience being designed into the overall meeting experience of these large conventions. And so the detail now that Kevin and his clients and other clients are now demanding of us and our caterers in planning what they're giving, because the experience needs to be sustainable. It needs to be healthy so that attendees, they're not falling asleep after the lunchtime, heavy carb sandwich break. And these are some key stats that our caterers it's the Compass Group. You'll be, I would expect, aware of Compass Group across the US, but it's the Levy restaurant brand that drive our catering. And they have a mission. They're ahead of us. They're ahead of the game, actually, to be net zero in their operation by 2027. So that's a big boost. And then the final trend is sits in choice of destination, and it's around the demand on attendees to be able to easily get to venues. They want an airport with loads of airlift. They want the ability to take one flight to that destination, ideally. And it is making attendees choose where they go to their conventions. And I think that's part of Kevin's reflection, where London scores very heavily as a European destination. And if you can do, I know a flight is not the greenest way to travel, but if you can just travel on one flight in and out of the destination, that will help. And then we've been blessed with a massive multi-billion pound transport investment, the Elizabeth line, named after our dearly beloved Queen Elizabeth when she was alive. It's now the busiest railway line in the whole of the UK. You can see the stats behind it. 800,000 journeys every single day on that one line. And importantly, right at our front door, we have our own station. And you get off the train, you go up the escalator into XL's front door, and we have the capacity for 36,000 delegates per hour to come through that transport system. And the big change there is the connectivity back into our city. So it's 10 minutes to the centre of London now, whereas before this line opened, it was half an hour to 40 minutes. So it's changing the experience. And importantly as well, 43 minutes to our main hub airport, Heathrow. So that is changing the experience, and also why I believe, to Tracy's point, we're now starting to win more of these city rides. And so the connectivity, really, if you look at those three trends to reflect on and perhaps report on if you see fit, it's around sustainability, food and beverage experience, and connectivity.